In a quiet village, where a river demanded a wife every month, no one ever slept peacefully on the night of the full moon. The river did not flow like other rivers. It breathed, it watched, and when the moon was high, it called. That night, the river screamed. It was not the sound of water moving. It was deep and heavy, like a hungry spirit crying out. The villagers froze. Mothers held their daughters tightly. Fathers stood outside, looking toward the river with fear in their eyes. They all knew what it meant. The river had come to choose a wife again. Long ago, the elders made a promise. They said if the river blessed their land with fish and clean water, they would give it one young maiden every month. Since that day, the river never stopped asking, and no girl ever returned. The elders gathered in the village square. The air was thick with fear. No one spoke loudly. Even the wind seemed to move slowly. "It is time," the oldest elder said quietly. "The river is waiting." Names were whispered among the crowd. Some girls cried. Some tried to hide behind their mothers, but there was no place to hide. The river always knew who it wanted. Then suddenly, a strong wind blew across the square, and everywhere became silent. "The river has chosen," the priest said, his voice shaking. Slowly, everyone turned to look at one girl standing at the edge of the crowd. Her name was Ada. Ada was not the richest or the most beautiful, but she was known for her calm spirit. Even now, she did not cry like the others. She only stood still, though her hands were shaking. Her mother fell to the ground, crying loudly, "Not my child, please, not my Ada." But the elders shook their heads. The river has spoken. That night, they dressed Ada in white cloth. They braided her hair neatly and placed beads around her neck. She looked like a bride, but fear filled her eyes. Two women held her hands and began to walk with her toward the river. The closer they got, the louder the water sounded. It was no longer calm. It moved like something alive, rising and falling slowly. When they reached the riverbank, a soft blue light appeared on the surface of the water. "Come closer," the voice whispered. Ada's heart beat fast. She wanted to run, she wanted to scream, but her legs kept moving forward. She stepped into the water. At first, it was cold. Then it became warm. Too warm. The water wrapped around her legs like hands. Ada gasped and tried to turn back, but the women had already stepped away. No one was coming to save her. "Do not fear," the voice said softly. The water rose to her waist, then her chest. Ada closed her eyes. And suddenly, something pulled her down, fast. The villagers watched as she disappeared beneath the water. The river became calm again. Too calm. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, a loud splash. Everyone stepped back in fear. Something was rising from the river again.